The Jlink F32FR1K, featured in today's review, is provided courtesy of Jlink. For competitive games, having a high frame rate is a must. Higher frames give players more clarity in movement and turns, plus smoother input for landing a critical shot. While 60 frames is the baseline for most, 120 frames is becoming the preferred go-to. But for the best experience possible, you can't beat 240 frames and up. While the computer GPU is part of the determining factor on whether a higher frame rate is achievable, it has to be paired with a proper monitor to fully utilize it. Today I am happy to share with you all one such option with the Jlink F32FR1K 32-inch, 240Hz, 1080p gaming monitor. While Jlink may be an obscure brand, this large format curved VA panel has been a very capable performer that is worth taking a look at. The F32FR1K comes in a large brown box with a depiction of the monitor on the front and back showing its respective sides. Key highlights are shared along the bottom of the front and back. Opening the box will reveal the monitor, stand, power cable, HDMI cable, and user manual. Getting the monitor stand hooked up only takes a few minutes, and with it in place, the monitor is ready for the spotlight. This is a large 32-inch display, which leads to a larger frame, especially when combined with the monitor's 1500R curve. Overall thickness aside, the F32FR1K is nice to look at with its design. Three sides of the display are nearly bezel-less, with the bottom one being relatively thin with no added nuisances. The Jlink name and a blue-red power LED are the only additions. Flipping the display around reveals a more striking appearance with nice lines and two red stripes running across the whole shell. A power button that doubles as a four-way switch and a Kensington lock are the last notable details. Recessed within the back of the panel, users will find two HDMI inputs, one 1.4 and one 2.0, a DisplayPort 1.2 input, a 3.5mm audio jack, a USB-A port, and finally a power port. Each port holds onto its dedicated cable perfectly with no death grip or loose fit. The overall build quality is solid, with the monitor stand holding everything in place with minimal shake. Using the stand's featured 15 degrees of tilt doesn't affect these results. The frame is sturdy with no weaker spots that could potentially give way, ensuring it will hold up for the long haul. The F32FR1K has the following listed specs. The out-of-the-box experience provided by the F32FR1K is a good one with well-tuned colors and contrast. Overall brightness is lower than my preferred taste, but a quick adjustment in the menu fixes that up easily. The monitor doesn't get extremely bright, but should be adequate for most users. A number of preset profiles are available for users to select to get a different picture output, or users can customize their own to meet their tastes. For this video, I am using the default movie preset. Color temperature can also be selected with more presets available. Users can again tune it to meet their needs. The sRGB setting looks great, and it is what I will be using throughout this review. To use the monitor's adaptive sync and HDR features, they will need to be manually enabled in the menu. While the monitor doesn't get bright enough to give a true HDR experience, it looks okay while activated, so leaving the setting on shouldn't prove to be an issue. The viewing angles are also no issue, even if you happen to be looking at the screen a bit off-center. The F32FR1K delivers a fantastic performance. Every game I have thrown it up against has looked great with excellent motion clarity. PC use has been my #1 go-to for the monitor, and with a DisplayPort cable, unlocking the monitor's 240Hz output is a breeze. My current HDMI setup, on the other hand, caps me at 144Hz, which still looks fantastic in motion. While a number of games can support these higher refresh rates without issue, others will need some workarounds to take full advantage of them. Every genre can benefit from higher frame rates, but it is competitive fighters and shooters that really make it shine to me. Halo Infinite and Apex Legends look amazingly clean, and the experience can be transformative. With support for both G-Sync and FreeSync, the occasional frame drops go by unnoticed to my eye, with no tearing or visual noise to detract from the experience. 120Hz modes likewise are fully supported, and testing it out with Armored Core 6 has resulted in the same fantastic experience. With 60Hz content, clarity is similar to other VA panels, resulting in a generally pleasing experience. With the included HDMI 2.0 port, the Xbox Series X and S or the PlayStation 5 can take advantage of the monitor's 120Hz output modes for any title that supports higher frame rates. In theory, 40Hz modes on select PS5 games should also work without issue, but I unfortunately don't have any to test it with at the moment. Switch and other HDMI devices can also be used with the display. Again, HDR content can work with the display, but the screen isn't truly bright enough for a real representation of the feature. It is also worth noting that the panel has no built-in speakers, so it will need to be paired with an external set through its 3.5mm jack. Volume can be adjusted through the monitor's OSD with ease, if desired. The F32FR1K is a very capable display, but that doesn't make it perfect for everyone. Because it is a VA panel, colors will not look as vibrant as an IPS screen, limiting its uses in heavy creative work. The size of the panel also makes each pixel visible from normal viewing distances, which can be distracting at first. If you like a pixel grid effect, it is pretty fun to see, but moving back from the display will help mitigate it for those that don't like it. Mechanically, I'm not fond of the power switch, as it has started to stick at times, despite only being in use for about a month. The F32FR1K accomplishes what it sets out to do and provides users with an effective large display with a high refresh rate. It does so with overall good colors, contrast, and brightness, while having no negatives like image ghosting or blurring. While not as vibrant as an IPS panel and unable to support a higher tier HDR certification, it is more than adequate for gamers looking to take their competitive games to the next level. And that is the Jlink F32FR1K. And I gotta admit, I really do like this monitor as just a basic large display with a high refresh rate. 1080p isn't my normal go-to these days, with higher refresh rates coming out on higher resolution monitors, but for anyone looking for a basic, no-frills, high refresh rate monitor that is a bit larger, this one really does fit the bill, and I can't state that enough. It might not have all the bells and whistles as more expensive options, but again, it's kind of your basic level monitor, and it just works. But big thank you to Jlink for sending this one out my way to share with each and every one of you, and a big thank you to each and every one of you for watching today's review. I hope you have found it informative, and if you are in the market for this type of display, I hope you will give it a look. But we're going to go ahead and call it for this one, so as always, thank you again for watching. Here at the end, we do have some favors to ask. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, depending how much you like today's review, as well as that sub button and notification bell so you can see when new videos go live on the channel. Loads of content always coming your way, and I'd love to have each and every one of you along for the ride. For anyone interested in further helping support the channel and keep it going, you can also check out that join button here on YouTube or the Patreon link in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. A little really goes a long way to keeping this place up and running and bringing all of this content directly to you. Big shout out to all of our current backers. Thank you again as always for being amazing and helping us keep this going for as long as it has. But until next time, my wonderful internet peeps, you all stay awesome, keep on gaming, and we'll see you back next video.